Hey guys, how's it going? We are at the plant barn today and I am so excited to be here. I actually have a gift card here from one of you guys and I'm so excited to go shopping. So I'm so excited to take you guys along with me and do some shopping today. And my goal is to find some Hellebores, maybe some foxgloves. I don't know if they have them or not. So we're gonna go inside, see what they have. I'm hoping that it's not too busy in here. They already have a ton of gorgeous things outside, and so I'm excited to see what they have going in. So let's go shopping. Look at this display that they have. It looks like it's starting to be cleared out, but isn't this so gorgeous? The lemon cypress and the ivy topiaries. Isn't that so beautiful? Look at this one. This would be so fun to come home. 65. Oh my gosh, I really would love one of those. Beautiful 2-ball lemon cypress topiary. These are 55, and they're really good size. They also have some single ball that are much larger, and these guys are 70. How much is this? Because I could do this. I would love to do one like this. There's no price tag on that one, but I do have one just like this that I created, I think last winter. Ooh, look at this. Little dwarf olive tree, 35 in the container. That is awesome. Oh, I just love this. I love all the containers with just a few plants. Some boxwood cones. Oh, how much is this? This thing is huge. This is $2.29, but do you see how big this is? It is massive. They have some more of the serpent style, $1.95. Oh my gosh, I don't know. I love this look. Lots of topiary. If I could do a little, I love this. Look at, they did a wheelbarrow with some wood in it, made it a table, and then threw a whole bunch of pots on it. And I would love to have a table somewhere that has just a whole bunch of different topiary. I should probably do something like that. Oh look, they have little teeny tiny topiary. How much are these guys? These are 20 bucks. I could start with a couple of those. I gotta figure out how to water them. I'm terrible about watering things though. Oh, look at this Mugo pine. Pesto, Mugo pine. Only gets 1 foot tall, 3 feet wide. And I'm not gonna pull it out of the container. And look at this, Hellebore heaven. And look at the bees. Look how gorgeous. We're gonna definitely get a few of these today. This is the frost-kissed Molly White. We're definitely grabbing some of those today. We've got lots of peonies in here. Some of these are so full. This is the Charmer. How many blooms? This one is called Glenda's Gloss, and I want to pick up these ones. I like this because the blooms are a little more straight. Glenda's Gloss. I think I'm gonna grab some of those for 20 bucks. And who's this one? Molly's White. So they've got a good selection of them here. Anna's Red. I always like these ones, very classic, but I think I'm gonna go with some that are these Glenda Gloss ones because that is just so pretty. And then Bailey was telling me that they've got a new greenhouse set up with all their succulents and to come check it out in here. So this is the succulent house. Lots of good things in here. I like this plant stand. 48. That's pretty cool. I also always love these. This is the string of frogs, $10, and string of turtles. So cute. These little bird baths are really sweet too. How much are these? These guys are 42. And then look at the fruit. Look. Ah, fruit blooms. I think these are kumquats. Yeah, kumquats, 75. They're looking perfect. Lemons. Just the amount of blooms is so gorgeous. Isn't that amazing? Oh, and they smell heavenly. Lemons, semi-dwarf lemon, 60 bucks. Look at this guy. This thing is huge. I don't know who it is. $129, and it's a euphorbia. Isn't that so interesting? Lots of succulents in here, lots of cactus. As we come out of the greenhouse, they've got all these trees here, so lots of dogwoods, and found this magnolia. It's so pretty. This is the Royal Star Magnolia, 79, 12 feet wide, 15 feet tall, hardy zones 4 through 9. Look at those blooms. And you can see all of these are blooms. So, I mean, come on. Isn't that amazing? It's gonna bloom a ton. For 79 bucks, dwarf tree. And this is one that you could definitely grow in a container for at least a couple of years. You could grow it in like a terracotta pot or something like that. You could probably get 3-4 years at least in a container with this. They've got so much color right now. It's so gorgeous. But look at this. This is what I really want to do. I love that. I love that look. I want to see if I can find some on clearance and maybe topiary them myself. I just think that'd be such a fun project. And get a whole bunch of terracotta pots like this and just grow them in pots on like a little shelf or on a small table. Look at the 3-ball. Yeah, I gotta do that. That needs to happen. Okay. Let's see what else we can find here. A weeping, I'm guessing, cherry. Oh, Kilmarnock. This is the willow that I have. Kilmarnock willow, $125. We can match. Let's see. I see some beautiful foxgloves over there that I probably am gonna have to buy a couple. But also, look at these beauties. Look at these anemones. Isn't that so cool? Oh, they're so gorgeous. Okay, I need to get some hellebores, might grab a foxglove, and then we need to get out of here. Okay, thank you, Carmen. Again, we got 3 hellebore here, and I did get some Madame Butterfly, and then they had a whole bucket of lemons and oranges, so I just grabbed those, and then I still have money on the gift card, so maybe that should go towards that swan planter that I desperately want. I probably should have just bought the swan planter, but this was the goal today. Aren't these so gorgeous? Wait, is this a different variety? Molly's white. Oh, I gotta go tell Bailey. Hold on. We got the right variety now. Now we can go home and go get these guys planted. I made a quick stop. And apparently do not buy your lemon cypress here. Let me show you. So this is the selection that they have. It's not fabulous, and they're $39. So yeah, buy them from the plant barn. I guess I won't be getting any lemon cypress here. And the inventory that's here does look like the same inventory that was here when I was here not too long ago. So I'm probably not gonna shop around, and we're gonna head just straight home now. I did buy this though. It's a 4x6 because we need it for a hose. It's 8 feet long, and I parked at the other side of the parking lot. We're doing really great. All right, we made it home, and I picked up 3 of these guys, and they're gonna go right back here behind the seating area. And I think it'll be perfect because we do see this area, even though it's the back of these chairs, but we walk right past it. So in order to add a little bit of color right there, I think it's gonna be so nice. Most of my hellebores are getting ready to bloom. These guys, I tried to pick the ones that had the most blooms on them to come, not just the ones that were already fully open, so that way I get a decent show from them. These ones are gonna get about 18 inches tall and wide, which is true for pretty much most hellebore. There are some that get quite larger. This one is your stereotypical hellebore. This is the Frost Kiss. Wait, did I grab the wrong one again? Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I grabbed 2 varieties, but look at how close these 2 look. they look like the exact same variety. So one is the Glenda's Gloss, which is what I thought I grabbed 2 of. Well, I thought I grabbed 3 of them, and then I had to go back and go get a 3rd one because I totally grabbed the wrong one. This one is Hellebore Frost Kissed Vibey Velvet. Robbie. Whatever. Who cares? They're Hellebores. Doesn't matter. They look exactly the same. 18 inches tall and wide. Growing zones 5 through 9-ish. Maybe in a zone 10 you could probably get away with it too. In my area, I have to plant them somewhere where they get a lot of protection. They cannot have anything more than morning sun. If they have afternoon sun, they wilt, they drop, they burn, and they're not happy with me. I want to show you guys some of the other ones, and I don't know the names of any of them because I bought these Hellebores years ago. And that was not when I was filming videos, and I did not care about the names. So let me show you guys the ones that we have. So I have this one here. Has some really weird foliar growth to it, and it has every year, but look at how pretty that is. Isn't that so gorgeous? So this one normally doesn't give me a ton of blooms, but it does give me some blooms. And I like how it's always this like dark wine color and then green. And the tips will fade to this white color, but I just think it's so pretty. And then I have this one over here. This is the big bloomer. This is the show off. No open blooms yet, but do you see how many blooms there are to come off of this thing? Isn't that so gorgeous? So this one is a more like white color with, that's pretty much its true color around the edge. So it's like a whitish green color for the inside. And then the outside is this like, I don't know, kind of like a plum blush color. It's very pretty, and this one always gets a ton of blooms on it. And then I have another one on this side over here, and this one's always the one of the first to bloom. Isn't that so pretty? So this is kind of like a little hidden secret back here. And this one doesn't bloom a ton, but look at the speckling. Isn't that so cool? So the way that I understand it is that this part right here is not the petal. These are called sepals, but then these right here, those are the petals, and then these are the stamens. So the flower is technically these right here, those are the petals, and then this is a sepal, which is kind of funny because you look at it and you're like, oh, gorgeous flower. And this is, I mean, technically you're not wrong because there is the flower, but these are not the flower petals because these stay much longer than the petals inside here. So just a little, I don't know, lesson. I always thought that was super interesting how that was this is not the flower petal itself. But Hellebores are really pretty. They do typically face down. You'll find the occasional one that does face upward. One thing that a lot of people should add to their garden, I think they're perfect for winter interest. I've got this one here, and then I have one tucked back there, and that's usually about what it does. That was actually just a piece of one that I had shoved back there. It was kind of a rescue piece, so I just kind of put it back there for safekeeping. And then I have one up front that I'm gonna take you guys to go see, and this one is in full afternoon sun, and in the summer months it burns and it's not happy with me, and I should have moved it. I didn't move it, and it's okay, it's not the end of the world, but it does need to get moved. This is not the time to move them. I should have moved it in the fall. Forgot the word. Yeah, move it in the fall time. So this year, once it's done blooming, and this fall, I would like to move this one because it gets only afternoon sun, and it does really well in the springtime. It just does not do well the rest of the year. And there's a ton of bees on it right now. I see 3 bees on it. Let's show you. So up front, don't mind the harsh shadows. This is the other Hellebore, and it blooms so early. Look at the bee. Hello. So this one blooms so early, and this one's kind of funny. There's lots of bees on it. Let's see. Look at that. Oh, hello. Lots of bees on this guy. But I mean, how could you not want to be on that? So this one has the stamens, the petals, the sepals, and this one is really interesting. It typically blooms about this amount, but we'll get the occasional one on this one that does this. And I don't know why. And I noticed it last year too. There were way more last year that did that, that had the issue of not having any stamens. it was pretty much the whole plant last year. It looks like this year, the whole plant is actually behaving, except for one there and one here. So the occasional one not having anything. For the most part, this plant actually does really well. So in full sun in the spring, that is also not my rooster, by the way. Full sun in the spring, it does a beautiful job. The rest of the year, it has issues because this is too much sun for it. It's too intense. So plant your hellebores in morning sun. Do not plant them in afternoon sun like I did, or you're gonna have to play the moving game, which I don't mind playing the moving game every once in a while, but if I can avoid it, I will try to avoid it. And the last thing that I did pick up too, before we go plant the hellebores, I'm not gonna get these planted today. I got a few other things I gotta go do. But I did pick up some beautiful snapdragons. These are the Madame Butterfly, and you can see these ones are much further along than mine are. Look at, so they've gone ahead, they pinched them, and then I've got some nice branching happening on here. It looks like this really tall one did not get pinched though. So I'll come through and I will pinch this, but I had to pick up a few more snapdragons. Snapdragons are an amazing plant to have, and you cut and cut and cut and cut on them, and they just bloom. And the Madame series is to die for. Beautiful series of snapdragons. And then same thing, you can tell. So these ones are going to be like, you can see the, like, on this one right here, see how it's that color underneath? And it's kind of like a purpley bronze color. That's the color that your snapdragons are going to be. So your snapdragons will tell you the color range that you might get from your snapdragons by the underside of the flowers of them. So let's get the hellebores planted now, because I got a few other things I gotta do. This is the space they're gonna go, and I think I'm gonna just try to do like 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna do them all just kind of like a little trio right there. I have the lamb's ear right there, and then this will give me a little pop of color just right at the corner, and I can still plant some taller-ish things in this bed. How perfect is that little trio? They're planted close together, which is what I want. I want this to come up and look like a vase of flowers, and I'm so happy with them. Gorgeous color. Very pleased about that. And then let me give you a couple tips and tricks about getting these guys planted. So when you're planting your hellebores, if you have sensitive skin, make sure you wear gloves. Sometimes they can irritate the skin, so wear your gloves if you have sensitive skin. I personally don't ever get bothered by them, so I don't worry about it. When you're planting them, you really don't need to fertilize them. They are totally fine not being fertilized, and you really don't want to mess with the roots. They're one plant that they just don't enjoy their roots being roughed up, and these guys really were not root bound at all. Unless you see lots of spiraling, don't touch the roots. So I just popped those guys in the hole, and they should be able to just spread out very nicely, very happily, protect them from winds and protect them from that hot afternoon sun. So if you're in a climate where your summers aren't 112 like mine are, you can definitely plant them somewhere where they're probably getting a little bit more sun, maybe under a tree where they're going to get sunlight all winter long and give you those beautiful spring blooms, but then they're going to get some protection in the summertime from your sun. So those are my tips and tricks for planting hellebores, and there are so many varieties out there. One that we used to have and it died on me, and I was so upset that it died because it was such a beautiful one and I've had such a hard time finding it locally, was this one called like Wedding Cake, and it is a stunning hellebore. I would love to get my hand on maybe 3 or 4 of those, probably 5 of those. Anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for coming to the plant barn with me, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys.